What the he-11 are you doing here? And how do you even know where I live? Answer my fucking question. Where is my son? Man, get the fuck out of here before I beat your ass. I'm calling the cops. They're already on their way. Don't you worry. Now get out of my way. I'm getting my son. I'm telling you, man, you touch that door and I'm going to beat the he-11 out of you. Like you did to Methany. Yeah, man, I know what your pathetic ass is all about. You stink like a brewery, by the way. Is that what you do? Get fucked and beat on women. I bet that's why your first wife left you too. Are you okay? Yeah, Daddy, I'm okay. Is Mama okay? Yeah, buddy, of course she is. You're right, she must have just fallen down real bad. But she's going to be fine. I called the doctors, and they're sending an ambulance to come take her to the doctor. She must have been really tired to fall asleep like that. Should we get her a blanket and pillow? No, buddy, let's just leave her there for now. We don't want to move her and wake her up. Police, is anyone in here? Yes, sir, we are back here. We have a woman down in the hallway back here, needing medical attention. Is the ambulance almost here? Do you have any weapons on you? No, sir, it's just me and my 5-year-old son. He's a little worried about his mother right now. Can we please finish this conversation away from her so we don't wake her up? My son said she's sleeping right now. All right, you two, let's get you out of here to make room for the paramedics. They're pulling in now. Daddy, are they going to take Mama to the hospital? Yeah, buddy, they're taking Mama to the hospital where the doctor can fix her all up. Sir, I'm going to need you to put your hands up and walk out slowly. Keep both hands where I can see them. Okay, sir, please keep your hands up while I pat you down. Do you have any weapons on you or anything that can stick me? No, sir, I'm in pajamas. I have nothing on me that will hurt you. Daddy, what's going on? Are you in trouble? No, buddy, go ahead and call Mommy and tell her I said to come here and pick you up, okay? Why can't I just go home with you? Daddy's got to come with me in my car to the police station. I need his help answering some questions so we know what happened here. Look, I'm not going to be handcuffing you in front of your son. When you sit in the back seat, turn your back to me and put your hands behind your back. He won't see it then. Thank you, officer. I appreciate it. I'm not doing it for you. I have a feeling that little boy has been through enough tonight. He doesn't need any extra trauma added on. This wasn't me. My son called me and told me what was going on. I rushed over here to get him and make sure he was safe. I didn't do this. Guy, I don't know what happened here. All I know is that the homeowner is unconscious in the driveway. The wife is half dead in the hallway. And you have scraped and bloody hands. So I'm not taking any chances here. I understand. I'd like to contact my wife and a lawyer, please. I want my lawyer present before answering any questions at the station. Yes, everything is fine. No charges are filed against me, so after my attorney and I cleared up some questions, I was able to come home. Did they think you did it? Oh, definitely. A black man in someone else's house with both adults unconscious. They thought I was trying to kidnap son. Thank God you were recording when son called. You could see me in the background putting my shoes on, which ruled me out for being at the house during the assault. And then the recording of me calling to get an ambulance over there while I was driving helped as well. How is Methany? Is she awake? She's in and out. She has an orbital fracture, a broken nose, and more bruises than you can count, but she is going to be okay. She's not awake enough to talk yet, though. How is son doing? I hated having to leave him there with the officer until you were able to get him. He will be okay. He doesn't fully understand what happened to his mom, and he thinks you were just helping the police solve a crime. So he wasn't worried about you. That's at least one blessing. Chad tried to blame me for starting the fight when I got there. He said I dragged him out of the house and beat him. I don't get how he still doesn't realize he is recorded every time he is near me. He is definitely an alcoholic though, judging by the amount of beer cans left around their house. It's disgusting. Poor baby, I cannot believe we've been sending him to that he-11 hole for the past few months. He's been thinking that is normal behavior this whole time. We had no choice. There was a court order. Hold on, the station is calling my phone. She's awake. And she is swearing up and down that Chad did not assault her. She's claiming that someone broke in and tried to rob them. That's bullshit. Why is she lying? I don't know. But she also failed the Dr. 0 grams screening the hospital gave her on admission. She's on. Hey, Methany. I hope you don't mind me coming to visit you while you're in the hospital. I asked the front desk, and they said nobody had been here the past 2 days. That's none of your business. I don't know why you would bother coming here. Well, first I wanted to make sure you were doing okay. Son has been worried to death about you, but you haven't answered any calls the past 2 days. He begged me to come make sure you were all right. But second off, I wanted to reach out one more time and offer you help. I know what's going on at your house. Nobody deserves that. Please let us help you. I don't need help. Nothing is going on. Someone broke in and beat me up while I was trying to defend son. That's not my fault. Methany, please. I was on the phone with Son while Chad was hitting you. I could hear you begging him to stop over the phone. You don't have to lie to me. You don't know what you're talking. You have no clue. Besides that, I know you tested positive for controlled Dr. 0 grams seconds. My attorney fully plans on using it against you in court this week. But I don't think it's your fault this time. I think you were using as an escape. I'm not using. I'm on a prescription painkiller for my abscess in my tooth. You're an idiot. And I have nothing to escape from. Chad loves me. Just hear me out. This is my offer. I will help you pay for inpatient rehab. Go get yourself clean, and when you get out you can stay in our guest house while you find a job and get on your feet. No rent. Just get rid of Chad. Stop trying to control my love life. I am happy. He loves me. If he loves you, why is he hurting you? What happens when he decides to hurt Son? He would never hurt Son. He loves Son. He's a better father to Son than you are. Okay. I'm not going to keep begging you. But listen, if you won't leave him, please make the right decision for Son. If for some reason the judge lets you keep unsupervised visits, don't take them. Lie to Chad. Tell him you lost custody. Keep our child safe. Court is now in session. Methany, are you sure you do not want to request a different day? It is understandable considering your current condition. I am fine. It looks worse than it is. I'm an easy bruiser. Thank you, though. Okay. Christopher, you requested to come before the court for first right of refusal and to know the names of adults over the age of who live in the house with Son, correct? Yes, Your Honor, but after the events of this weekend, the situation has changed. We are now requesting Methany be back on supervised visitation and Chad to not be allowed around Son for his own safety. Yes, I was expecting you to change your petition. Though I will need you to help me to understand your decision to keep Son's stepfather from any supervised visitation and not to allow him around after. Did something happen? Yes, Your Honor. Unfortunately, we are not sure of how long it has been happening, but Son has been a witness to domestic violence in the presence of Chad and his mother. We also have reason to believe that Chad also has a substance abuse problem. I was under the impression from the police report that Methany was assaulted by a home intruder. If you listen to the audio evidence submitted to the court, you will hear Son describing what is happening and Methany in the background begging Chad to stop hurting her. That is taken out of context. You weren't there, and the word of a child is not reliable. I also have submitted audio recording from when I arrived at their residence that night to get Son. I was attacked by Chad as well, who did not seem worried about his wife bleeding out in the hallway. He was sitting on the front porch drinking a beer. He was waiting for the ambulance to come and get me. That's all. Methany, Chad did not call the ambulance. I did while I was on my way over. Chad was not going to call anyone. That's not true. He told me he called. He wouldn't have just left me there. I have also submitted the police report documenting my call to at the exact time I was driving to the residence of Methany and Chad. According to dispatch, no other calls were placed for that address that night. Moving on. I am lacking hard evidence that domestic violence has taken place. Do you have any other evidence that will lead me to believe Chad should not be around Son? Upon finding out Chad's full legal name, we paid for an in-depth background check. Chad was dishonorably discharged from the military 5 years ago due to the abuse he put his ex-wife and children through. Chad's ex-wife was more than happy to write a deposition on Chad's moral character and provided proof as well. He hospitalized her multiple times in their marriage and eventually moved on to the children. She left him when CPS threatened to remove the children and put them in foster care. The picture and medical proof is all in our documentation that we have submitted to you. Well, seeing as he has a history of child abuse and endangerment, I will agree with you. He is not to be present in the home that Son is visiting. If I could order a divorce, I would. For Son's sake and yours, he would never do that to me. He loves me. She must have done something to cause that to happen. It breaks my heart to hear you say that. But moving on to the next topic. Methany, you failed a Dr. 0 grams screening at the hospital. Can you tell me why? I have an abscessed tooth. I was on prescription painkillers to manage the pain. I see that you submitted proof of a prescription, but this prescription is dated over a year ago and had no refills available. Clearly, you are not getting pills prescribed to you anymore. I had leftovers I was taking because my mouth was still hurting me. Is that a crime? You were a recovering Dr. 0 grams addict? You should know better than anyone that without a recent prescription, failing a Dr. 0 grams test will put you in poor favor with the court. I am taking away your unsupervised visitation and placing you back on supervised. Fine, I don't care. We will visit Son at the center. Not we. You. No one else will be allowed to accompany you to the center. And Chad is no longer allowed to be around Son. That is cruel to Son. He loves his stepfather. They have a wonderful relationship. Somehow I doubt this. Hello, Christopher. My name is Janine, and I am your court-appointed guardian ad litem for Son. I hope today is a good day for me to do your at-home interview and speak to Son. Yes, of course. Now is perfectly fine. Son is on his way home with my wife at the moment, but we can complete my part before he comes back. Thank you. I like to do my first visits as a surprise to see the most realistic feel that the house has. People tend to try to hide things when they know I am coming. First, I would like a quick tour of your home if possible. Show me where Son sleeps and his belongings. No problem. Let's take a look. Can I ask what the photos are for? I like to have an authentic example of Son's space. It shows what his living space looks like on a daily basis. Now we can move on to my questions. Would you say Methany is a good parent? When she is sober and not with Chad, she was doing really well. She has her life back on track and was doing what was best for Son. I think she has the potential to be an amazing mother. What do you think you can improve on with your parenting? I work a good amount. I wish I was able to be at more family and school functions for both of my children. I am very grateful that Gracie is able to take off work when needed so they always have someone there to support them. If you aren't always available, don't you think a stay-at-home mom like Methany would be able to give son the attention he deserves? If she wasn't a known addict married to a child abuser, yes. But here I know son is happy, healthy, and well taken care of. We may not be perfect, but we are a good family. Thank you for answering some of my questions. If you don't mind, I would like to be able to ask son some questions. I would like to hear what he has to say. Hi, Christopher. My name is Janine. I have a few questions to ask you. Is that okay? I guess so. It's okay, buddy. You're going to do great. Just be honest. Okay, son. First off, do you like living with your daddy and Gracie? Yeah, I do. Daddy is really nice and Mommy is the best. And I love my sister. I want to stay here forever and ever. And what about your mom? Do you like living with her? I love Mama. She used to be really fun. I hope she is going to be fun again soon. What do you mean? Is she not fun anymore? Well, we used to have lots of fun and bake cookies and watch movies and have sleepovers in the living room. But then she got married to Chad and she didn't really have time for me anymore. What do you mean by that? I don't want to talk about it. I don't want Mama to get in trouble. She isn't big guy. We just need to know so we can keep you happy and safe. Okay. Well, she used to leave me at home with her friends while her and Chad would go out. And she started yelling at me a lot. And she would let Chad get me in trouble too. What do you mean Chad would get you in trouble? Well, he would yell at me too. Or if I did something he thought was really bad, like change the channel of the TV or drop something, Mama would let him spank me. Why didn't you tell me, son? I would have done something to help you. Because Mama told me if I told anyone they would take me away from her forever. And I love Mama. I want the old Mama back though. I don't like the new Mama. Okay, son, thank you for talking to me. You did a really good job and were very brave. Now I and your daddy are going to make sure nobody ever hurts you again. Why the fuck did you send that woman to my house to interview me? Haven't I been through enough? I didn't. The courts did. And you have no right even speaking to me after what son has told me about your house. Please, he loved being here. He would rather be with me over you any day. I've always been there for him. Except you haven't. You have been too concerned with Dr. 0 grams seconds and Chad to give a damn about your actual son. Who gives up on their child for some scumbag who beats them? Is it because he supplies your addiction? I am not addicted. I can stop taking the pills whenever I want. I take them because I'm in pain. Should I suffer just to prove a point? The fact that the pills are the only thing you are discussing is really telling. You are not the same woman I met in college. You honestly disgust me at this point. Our son deserves better. Yeah, he deserves a real man as a father. Good thing my new baby will have a real daddy. You're pregnant. Wow, you must be joking me. You're really about to have a baby and play one big happy family with Chad the abuser. Good luck with that one. Don't be jealous because you wish it were you. I'm not. I wish you had the sense to realize you're putting your life and your baby's life in danger just for a quick high. That's the only reason you're with Chad. Whatever. I don't need to listen to your lies. You do realize pills are bad for a growing baby, right? You're hurting your child every time you get high. Doesn't that bother you? The only thing that bothers me is how annoying and shitty you are. You just look down on me because you make more money. No, I look down on you with pity because I have tried every way I can think of to save you. And you would rather stay with a man who almost killed you and attempted to kill my wife and children. I'm ashamed that you are the biological mother to my child. Our son shouldn't know this kind of pain or betrayal at his age. He's almost 6. He should be able to count on his parents. I spoke to my attorney today. She explained what I need to do to ensure Methany has her parental rights revoked. Okay, what's the plan? First step was talking to the gal, which we already did. The attorney heard that the gal was not happy with Methany's surprise visit. Her house was still trashed and full of empty beer cans, and they both trashed us every chance they got. I'm not surprised. What is the next step, though? She wants us to take son back to therapy and have him discuss the abuse he experienced over there. He doesn't realize the trauma he has been through yet. And then when it is time for court, we can call on his therapist as a professional witness. That works. I already scheduled him an appointment with his therapist. He needs a third party to help him work through his feelings. He's so confused. Then the last step before court is to collect affidavits from everyone possible. Son's pediatrician, his teachers, after-school directors, youth group pastor. Literally anyone who will write one stating their opinion that son is better off without Methany in his life. Our attorney has requested another Dr. 0 grams screening as well. If that comes back positive and also proves that she is pregnant, we will stand a very good chance. Especially since there is proof she knowingly is using while pregnant. That poor baby. What will happen to it if she really is pregnant? I imagine CPS will step in and take the baby once it is born. They will put it in a foster home. Can we please do our best to make sure son never finds out his mom is pregnant? I don't want to put him through any more pain. I think that's best. Maybe when he's older we can figure out a way to give him a relationship with his half-sibling. But he doesn't need any more emotional ties to his mother than he already has. If she weren't pregnant, I wouldn't be able to control myself. I know that's awful, but I hate her. I don't blame you.